Many Rumble the Earthbending players ask the question, what is the Steam Timelines integration mod? It's a mod that I'm just releasing that builds on Steam's built-in game recording feature to automatically record Rumble and annotate your gameplay with these little icons at the bottom here. As we can see, I mouse along here and there's these little gray boxes highlighting individual games that I was playing against somebody. And within these gray boxes, we have these yellow lines that show the individual rounds between these games. And when I mouse over these, I can see the name of the player that I was playing against, and you can see from the icon that these are losses. Ignore that they say win. That's something that I'm going to have to fix, and will be fixed by the time this video goes up. Um, but that's already quite nifty for skipping around here to make a recording or a highlight or just review your own footage. In addition, you can also see that there's this sort of cross-hatched pattern here when we're outside of a game, and you'll also be able to see when you're in a park. That will be highlighted also on this timeline. And we also see this big cluster here. There's some options available within the mod that you can enable to show individual damage events. So if we zoom in a little bit more here to make this a little bit more approachable, I can mouse over this. I can mouse over this. Steam has some work to do here. I can mouse over this and we can see the little 4 icon here showing that I dealt 4 damage to the opponent. And if we go ahead and play here, we can see, hey, I did deal 4 damage. And these shield icons are indicating when I am taking damage. So here we can see I'm taking 6 damage. Let's see how I take 6 damage. Ah, boulder. That makes sense. I was doing a lot of that tonight. Anyway, this is enabled within the settings. It clutters things quite a bit, so I don't have it enabled by default, but if you go into the mod UI, you can turn this on and you can have all this good detail so you can find exactly where something was. And this is just one view that's available here. If we go back, we can also click on this little session view and we can see the individual games that I was playing here. We can see my opponent's name, we can see client round wins, maybe I should change how I'm doing this exactly. But we also get the set, the running tallies for the set here. So we can see the score as we go on here. I'm taking 0 client rounds after I won that first host game. So that's not really the best example of all of this. And we were having some bugs a bit earlier here. No, this one is actually good. Anyway, I was just finishing this mod up, so I don't want to scroll back to when there were more bugs than there are now. But that's a bit of the functionality that this enables at the moment. We can see the rounds, the rounds within the game. I went 0 and 2 for these, 2 and 0. It says if there's a client round wins here, the result of the match, the winner loss here. It shows client or host. Lots of good details here, and if you want to make one of these into a clip and export it, right click, save as clip, there it is. You can go right here, export video file. Good, that's it, you're done. Very, very nifty. I'm gonna go ahead and delete that for now. And one more thing I should show, just if you have these damage events on or something and you hit a really good bit of damage here, you can go right click, create clip, and it's automatically bracketed. You can go there, copy to clipboard, and then you can go and paste this and send it to somebody. Very, very nifty. Now, even if you use this, now I'm going to pivot into a little bit of a tutorial for this, because even if you make use of Steam's built-in recording feature, you might notice that it doesn't work for VR games out of the box. And I'll show you how to configure this to get it working. So first thing you need to do, you need to go up into Steam here, and then you go down into Settings. On the settings screen, you go down to Game Recording, and And then you can enable your recording here um, and set record to background. And then there's a bunch of customization here. But this is the important bit. You need to find Steam VR as well as any other VR overlays that you have on and set them to do not record because it will only record one of your running programs at a time and you need to make sure that that's Rumble. So what you'll do is you'll go to add game here and you'll search for your overlays. I'll just do OVR drop here as an example. We bring this up and we go do not record, confirm, and that's it. You do that for Steam VR and any other overlays you might have, and then next time you boot up uh, Rumble, it should automatically start recording if you have it set up like I do. If you don't want to record every game, you can set this. I'm actually not too sure how. Oh yeah, you would set all other games to do not record. I'm not sure. Maybe you need to turn it on for every game. Anyway, this is the important bit. Set do not record for Steam VR and all of your overlays, and then it should just start recording. And the way you can find those is after you play your game of Rumble, you'll see a post-game summary where you can click in and you'll get right to your stuff. Or if you scroll down here, you'll see a recordings and screenshots. This will take you to the exact same thing. If you click on this Manage My Recordings and Screenshots, that'll take you to this view and you can see your stuff there. And then another way you can do it is up in View. You can go down to Recordings and Screenshots, and that'll open this as well. And this shows for all your games, but if you wanted to see your Rumble here as well, you can go to Rumble. There it is, and you can go back and forth between your views. You can go over here. You can find your game that you enjoyed. Even this whole round, actually. This is a neat round. Save phases clip done. That's a clip now. We can go over here, share, export video file. Yeah, good to go. Oh, I'm actually changing my stuff in the middle of the gameplay. You can see go incoming and turning off these damage notifications so that I don't get all of those on anymore. And then I leave it on for the whole round because I was in a rush. But that's the mod. I hope that the other people find this useful and it doesn't cause you too many bugs. Um, Let me know. I'll be doing some work on this in the future. Definitely fixing up these win notifications. But I have some more ideas on some notifications and stuff to build on this, but I could use some input. I'm interested to see how other people would find this most useful. And I think this is a really useful tool, so I'm really glad to be able to finally share this with some people. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for taking interest in this project, and have a good rest of your day.